students!
Good morning!
Okay, before we proceed to our lesson this morning, let us put first ourselves in the holy presence of God. May I request Miss Abduhan to lead a prayer?
Let us bow down our heads. To all Catholic, please do the sign of the cross. Father God, come with us today. Fill our hearts with joy. Fill our minds with learning. Fill our classrooms with peace. Fill our lessons with fun. Fill our friendships with kindness. And fill our school with love. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Miss Abduhan. Before we take a seat, please pick up some pieces of papers under your chairs or any garbage and then throw it to the trash can. Okay then, students, arrange your chairs properly. Okay, very good. You may now sit down. Who is the secretary in the class? Okay, Miss Ngo, kindly check the attendance and tell me who is absent for today.
For today, ma'am, all of us are present.
That is good to hear then. Thank you, Miss Ngo. How are you, class?
Great!
Great. Have you remember what was our last topic all about, students? Anyone in the class? Yes, Miss Hilya.
Last meeting, ma'am, we tackled about the forms of literature.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Miss Hilya. But what is specifically form it is? Yes, Miss Concardas.
Poetry, ma'am. We discussed last time the poem entitled Jabberwocky by Charles Ludwig Dodgson.
Yes, you've got it right, Miss Concardas. You really listened in our last discussion. Very good. However, we will now proceed to another form of literature. But before that, let us have an activity. The title of this activity is Guess What? The mechanics will be like this. I am going to flash a picture on the screen which will serve as a hint for today's topic. Just raise your right hand if you want to answer and give your idea regarding the image shown. Are you ready, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then here we go. What can you see in the picture? Yes, Miss Biton.
I can see 3 girls and a little bear.
Very good, Miss Biton. Thank you. Okay, then what have you observed? Yes, Miss Biting?
I can observe, ma'am, that the bears are not happy seeing the girl. For as I can see in the first and second picture, ma'am, that they are frightened or pissed to see the girl laying in the bed. And I observe also that in the third and fourth pic that the girl, I think, is very naughty for that, what I feel when I see their reactions.
Very well said, Miss Biting. Thank you for your idea. Then now, let me ask you, have you seen humans getting along with a bear in real life?
No,
They
like
are
that.
scary in real life.
Okay. Calm down, my dear students, calm down. From your concluded idea, what do you think is our topic all about today? Yes, Miss Kandungo?
Maybe, ma'am, you will be sharing to us a story, for as I can see the picture given, I can feel it has a story.
Excellent observation, Miss Kandungo. I am going to read a fairy tale. It is a work of fiction, for it is just from the imagination of the author. Let us now proceed. Before we will start, let us first read the objective of this lesson. Can you read it, class?
Objectives. At the end of this lesson, the students are able to: number 1, understand the essence of Anglo-American literature. And number 2, determine the important parts of the story Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Also, number 3, execute a chamber theater presentation regarding the story Goldilocks and the 3 Bears.
Okay, thank you, class. Now, Let me ask you, can we attain these objectives?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. That's my student. Of course, we will attain this. Now, we will be having an activity entitled Listen, Understand, and Elaborate. From the activity title itself, you must listen carefully to the story that I am going to read, enable for you to understand it, because after reading, you are required to give your understanding, reflections, and realizations to the class individually. The rubrics for your output will be given after we finish reading the story. Understood, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now, the story that I am going to read is entitled Goldilocks and the Three Bears by Robert Southey. Without any further ado, let us start reading. Once upon a time, there were three bears. Great big teddy bear, middle-sized mommy bear, and teeny tiny baby bear. They always had porridge for breakfast. One morning, their porridge was too hot, so the three bears went out for a walk while it cooled down. A little girl called Goldilocks was walking through the woods too. When she came to the three bears' cottage, she peeped in through the open window. Mmm, she said. Porridge! It smells so yummy. It will fill my hungry tummy. In through the window she climbed. Goldilocks tasted Daddy Bear's porridge. Yuck, she said. Too salty. Next, she tried Mommy Bear's porridge. Yuck, she said. Too sweet. Last of all, she tried Baby Bear's porridge. Mmm, she said. Just right. She ate it all up, right to the very last drop. Goldilocks tiptoed further into the cottage and spied three chairs. I think I'll sit down, she said. The great big chair was so hard, she jumped straight off. The middle-sized chair was so soft, she got stuck. The teeny tiny chair looked just right, but when Goldilocks sat on it, crack! It fell to pieces. Goldilocks was feeling more and more curious, so up the stairs she went. There were three beds, and she tried them out. The great big bed was too high. The middle-sized bed was too low. But the teeny tiny bed felt just right. Goldilocks lay down and fell fast asleep. Soon the three bears came home for their breakfast. Someone's been eating my porridge, growled Daddy Bear. And someone's been eating my porridge, said Mommy Bear. Someone's been eating my porridge and has eaten up every last drop, cried Baby Bear. Three bears looked at their chairs. Someone's been sitting in my chair, growled Daddy Bear. And someone's been sitting in my chair, said Mommy Bear. Someone's been sitting in my chair and has broken it all to pieces, cried Baby Bear. The three bears marched upstairs. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, crowed Daddy Bear. And someone's been sleeping in my bed, said Mommy Bear. Someone's been sleeping in my bed and she's still here, cried Baby Bear. All the noise woke Goldilocks. What a fright she had when she saw the three bears standing over her. Oh! She cried. Oh, oh, oh! Goldilocks jumped up, scampered downstairs, and went as fast as she could out of the three bears' house. She never went back again, and the three bears never again left their window open when they went for a walk in the woods. The end. Now, students, here is the rubrics for your oral recitation this morning. Organization of ideas, 25%. Understanding of the concept, 50%. Delivery of the output, 25%, for the total of 100%. Now, what are your reflections, realizations, and understanding on the story we have read a while ago? Who's ready to share? You may raise your right hand. Okay, yes, Miss Hillia. What can you share in the class?
For me, ma'am, I can relate with a little girl named Goldilocks, for sometimes I am a little bit naughty and do some things which will cause me in trouble, like breaking some stuffs in the house that isn't mine. But what I've realized and understand, ma'am, as we were doing naughty things, some people will be affected and its impact would be either good or bad. So now I will watch my actions to not let any feelings or any aspect of people hurt.
Very well said, Miss Hillia. Stand with what you said, okay? You should do that and try yourself to avoid doing naughty things. Okay? Very good. Very good, my dear students. I am really touched by your words of realizations and understanding. So I hope that you'll put in your mind all your realizations, okay? All of you can be a little naughty sometimes, but we can't really avoid that since we are not yet mold in the world. Even I myself commit that, but after that I will say sorry to the person affected on my action. You should do the same as well, same as what Miss Abduhan's answer a while ago. You should learn on how to show proper values and respect towards other people. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. We will now proceed to our next activity. This time, you're going to do it by pair, and you are free to choose your partners. I'll be giving you 5 minutes to choose. Okay? Are you done choosing your partners?
Yes, ma'am. We already choose our
Okay
partners.
then. The title of this activity is Give It On. All you're gonna do is to provide the details needed, which is shown in the screen. The details will be found in the story we read earlier. You're gonna name the characters, the setting of the story, the problem or conflict happens in the story, and the solution. Afterwards, you're gonna choose among the two of you and your partner to present your work in front. You will be given 35 minutes to elaborate and present your output, and after presenting, pass it to me directly. You should do your output nicely and neatly. So, for you to be aware about how to attain a high score, we have rubrics. See it in the screen. Accuracy of information. It is how explicit your information. This is 50%. A delivery. If you deliver it very well to the class, which makes us understand. This is 25%. Creativity. If you are very creative in making your output. What I mean is the physical form of your output. This is 10%. Following direction. If you follow what I direct you to do, you're gonna have 5%. And mastery. If you impart very well your output in front of the class and utter words nicely and smoothly without asking your partner. In short, you really master what you're gonna do in class. Then you'll have 10% for the total of all over 100%. Good luck, my dear students. You'll be given 10 minutes to answer this. Are you done with your work, class?
Yes, ma'am.
If that's so, then let us start presenting it to the class. Okay? The pair of Miss Biton and Miss Kandung will go first.
I am the chosen presenter, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Kandung will go on.
The characters in the story are the little girl named Goldilocks, great big Papa Bear, middle-sized Mama Bear, and teeny tiny baby bear. The settings where the story happened is in the woods. And the problem in this story is the little girl named Goldilocks moved the stuff of the house which is owned by the bear family. She eat the food, she break and disorganize the chairs and jumbled the beds of the bear family. And the solution is when the bears got home and seen the things Goldilocks do. The baby bear woke up Goldilocks from sleeping into his bed, and Goldilocks ran away out of frightened and never came back and did that again. That's all, thank you.
Good job! Let's give a clap to the pair of Miss Kandunga and Miss Viton. They are very attentive earlier because they arrived in an excellent answer. Okay, let's proceed to the next pair. Okay, now children, we will reread again the summary of the story. You notice that I am the one who read it earlier, right? So this time, you are the one who will reread it. You must listen carefully, for after rereading, we will do a performance activity, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Each of you have 2 sentences to read. After you read, the student next to you will follow, and the same process will be repeated until the summary will end. Okay? Now let us start with the first row. Sitting on the left, which is Miss Concardes. Okay, you may start reading now. Now that you've read the summary, are you enlightened more about the story?
Yes, ma'am. It is short yet explicit.
Yes, you're right, Miss Hilya. And of course, no one is perfect and we can commit mistakes also without noticing it. So class, as what you have learned in the story, you should not indulge in someone's things. For instance, in the story that Goldilocks is being disrespectful to others and do things she wanted to do without thinking its consequences. So in this literal world, you should avoid being Goldilocks children, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
For there are many kinds of Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear that will be affected and hurt. So we must watch our actions and respect other people's belongings. Understood, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, after reading the summary, are you now familiar with it?
Yes, ma'am.
That would be great, for we will now proceed to our next activity. The class will be grouped into 4. As you can see, you are now with your partners. What we will be going to do is that we will count from 1 until 4. Then, when you count, you and your partner will be the same. You'll be in one number. You'll be as 1. For example, Miss Hilya and Miss Abduhan is partner, and they are both number 1. Like that. Did you get it, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, start counting. Let us start with this pair 1. I'm sure that you are all curious about the performance activity you're going to do. So, here we go. The title of our last activity is Chamber Theater Play. Create an active play in the form of chamber theater presentation from the story we've read earlier. Discuss among your group on the things you'll do and able to present it effectively. You'll be given 10 minutes to prepare. Do you understand the directions, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Then here is the rubrics for your guidelines in getting the score you wanted. Focus, 20%. This is when you are not distracted from the audience and focus on your role in the play. Next is voice. It should be clear and understandable. It is 20%. Next is the facial expression, wherein the audience will base of what is your emotions or feelings or even thoughts. It should be properly imparted. It has 10%. And your style on how you play or the style of your whole play. This is 10%. The movement and gestures, which shows also your character and the story and how good it is, which will be felt and the flow of your story will be understandable. This is 20%. And lastly, the delivery. It should be concise and proper. Also appropriate to the character you played and you've done. Overall, the total score is 100%. You may now start discussing with your groupmates. Are you all ready to present your creative and wonderful imaginations?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay then, give me one fresh sheet of paper and write it down the members of your group. And at the back of the paper, write the rubrics for me to rate you. Now let us start with the group 1. Job well done, my dear students. Your excellency never fails me. You are all outstanding. Very good, congratulations. So, have you enjoyed your activities, class?
Yes, ma'am. We learned a lot. At the same time, we also have fun doing the activities with our classmates.
That is good to hear then. I am very happy to hear that. So, to make sure if you really learned from today's lesson, I will be giving you a test. This test has 2 parts. In the first part, you will answer the following question given in a form sentence. This time, you'll answer this activity individually. And the second part of test is you'll be going to choose one among the characters in the story, Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, and then answer the character map. I photocopied already the test paper. All you need to do is answer and follow the instructions. After you answer, pass it directly to me. Okay, I can see that you are all done with the test. Then let's proceed to the last part of today's lesson. Assignment. For your assignment, it is entitled, read it in the screen. Collect where you race. Wait a minute. I'll just put your outputs here. Collect where you raced. You're going to collect or find 2 Philippine literature stories and provide its details needed below. Put it in a long bond paper and pass it to me in our next meeting. Here are the following details you need to collect. The title, the characters of the story, author's purpose of making that story, or the moral lesson of the story. Okay, did you get it, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. That is all for today, my dear students. You all did a very good job today. Have a good day. Class dismissed.